All right, back at it again with this 1978 Trans Am Pontiac Firebird. And yes, I'm going to be doing more pressure washing today. This time, the engine bay. I got years and years and years of engine oil, transmission fluid, power steering, mud, you name it, that's been built up in this engine bay. And today the goal is to get it pretty clean to the point where either I'm going to paint some of it or I'm just going to leave it how it is, depending on how much rust there is. So come over here, you can see we've got valve covers, we've got timing chain cover, oil pan all painted up, motor's all painted up, ready to go, intake manifold is clean. But I got an intake manifold gasket kit and it didn't come with everything, so that's gonna have to wait. On to more pressure washing. Alright, well, for right now, I mean, that actually cleaned up pretty dang good. I doused it in more of this super clean stuff. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll take round two at it. I am seeing a lot of rust, but for the most part, I mean, this battery tray, that's trash. That's gonna get it replaced. Everything actually looks pretty good. I mean, the firewall, a couple dings and dents. I think other than that battery box, battery tray, that is, I mean, the rest of it's just surface rust. Yeah, I mean, this is the stuff you look forward to, Erik, when it comes to working on older vehicles. And I'm sure I got stuff on my face, I can tell, but that's okay. I so wish someone wouldn't have painted this car, because you can see the original blue underneath. Would have been cool to have an original paint job. Oh well, we can always repaint it later down the line. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I just found this. Okay. The side of this fender was so dirty, I didn't even notice this. This thing had flames on it. Look at that. Wow. That's awesome. Now it's painted on. That's not a decal. That is painted on. Someone put some time and effort into doing that. Right on. Pontiac Trans Am. It's got a long ways to go, but we'll get there. You know, and it's not raining. It was, so I guess that's one thing. Alright, well, that's round two of pressure washing the engine bay. I think what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to let it soak. I'm going to go find a wire brush, see if I can further scrub some of the really hard parts that don't want to come off for some reason. I mean, this stuff has been caked on the engine bay for who knows how long. The original motor was actually leaking oil really bad. And that whole center section, subframe area, it's just caked in oil. I mean, we're talking years and years and years of oil. But that's fine. It's actually pretty dang clean now, and carry on. So I jacked the car up because I'm going to get underneath it with the pressure washer to get up underneath the subframe. But just out of curiosity, I took this side of the tire off, and would you look at all that? This whole side is just caked in oil and dirt. So what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to pressure wash this side and then probably the other side too. Good times. Man, that actually turned out pretty good. I mean, there's some hard stuff on there still. The whole upper A arm's gonna have to get scrubbed a little bit more. Maybe pressure washed one more time. But that frame turned out pretty good. You're never really gonna get everything off, you know, when it comes to oil, because pressure washers, you're using cold water. I mean, sure, you could probably get some that heat the water up, or get a pressure washer that heats the water up before you even start spraying. But we're not that fancy over here at the homestead of Grandma Howe, which, once again, I appreciate you letting me do this, Grandma. When you watch the video later on, you'll understand. And the thing is, this 3,000 PSI pressure washer, it's not the best. It's doing good. It only puts out about 40 PSI. If I had one that was a lot better, it'd take everything off. But I'm pretty determined to get it cleaned up today. Man, that's all that's left of that brake pad. Woo. That's not bad at all. New brakes. Put that on the list. Alright, well, I need more scrubbing of really hard stuff to get off. Up and underneath. There's just so much oil underneath there. But here's a good thing. The other side, you can't really tell, but it's actually pretty clean on that side. So I don't need to worry about pressure washing that side of the frame, you know, and then the wheel well area, and upper and lower control arm, that kind of stuff. A-arm, whatever you want to call it. But because today is New Year's Eve, I don't have a lot of time to be doing this today. 12/31/2022. I would also like to mention that, you know, just putting the car up on the jack, it's not all that safe. You should probably be using jack stands, but I'm a professional. Right. Professional jackass. All right, one more pass with the pressure washer. in the face. Every time you pressure wash, spray yourself in the face. Now what I'm going to end up doing is just letting it soak with some super clean, whatever I got left in the pressure washer. And I think I'm going to have to pick this up tomorrow, which will be January 1st, 2023. It's crazy how fast this year went by. Not only that, that only leaves me with 6 months to get this car running and driving. January 8th, 2023. And I'm back wrenching on the 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Yeah, it's got a long ways to go. But, quick update. Just got done. First coat on the Turbo 350 automatic transmission. And the motor is freshly painted and back together for the most part. Got the intake back on, timing cover, valve cover, oil pan. Got a weird black paint job to it, but it's all good. Transmission though looks pretty sharp. It's black, you know. And apparently we have our choices of carburetor here. We got an Brock. and a Holly that I picked up the other day. They're both 750 CFM, and yeah, I don't know which one I'm going to be using yet. It's coming along. Alright, well, back at it again with the 1978 Trans Am, and today it's all about interior and just seeing how bad the rust is. And so far, this is the back seat. That's not actually doing too bad. I did find that there was a mice living in this car. I still have yet to vacuum this side out. But here's the bad part. Oh yeah, those are I call those ventilation holes. This is the more underneath the front seats. All that rust is gonna have to get cut out. These rocker panels are pretty beat up. This is all surface rust. There's more mice in this. Finally got the driver's side door open. It was kind of stuck. A little bit of paint job in the engine area, engine compartment, whatever you want to call it. And this side, only real rust is right there. As you can see, another ventilation hole. It's not that bad really though. For for a vehicle 1978, let's see if I can do the math here real quick. So that'd be 80, 90, 20, 22, 40, 45 years old. That may be wrong, but you know, math is not my strong suit. Anyways, by the end of the day, I plan on having all this carpet tore out, getting all this old insulation that's underneath the back seat, and I'm sure there's some somewhere like underneath the center console. Get it all vacuumed out, and then just see exactly how bad the rust is, the air ventilation is. And you know, we still have stuff like windshield to replace. My nephews decided to break. That's all on you, Trent and Seth. No, they were already broken. One thing I found out is, oh, it doesn't hold air. Never mind. Well, I thought these are the original honeycomb rims, and I thought at least this one held air, but I pumped it up, and no, obviously, who knows how old those tires are. These are the other rims that are on the car right now, and they're also for a Trans Am or a Camaro, but those things are ugly. I got the two matching honeycomb rims on the other side. And as for the trunk, I did give it a little vacuum job, and you can see there's more ventilation down there. Air ventilation, as I call it. It's not that bad though. It'll have to get cut out just like this side. And you know, luckily a lot of people, a lot of companies make aftermarket body panels for these old cars, and a lot of old cars in general. So I'm not too worried about all the metal work that's going to have to get done to this car. Still waiting on some parts. Coming to find out, that is out of a Turbo 400. Torque converter is out of a Turbo 400. And this is a Turbo 350 transmission that we're putting in it, along with the 5.7 sitting there. Well, we got all gung-ho. Got all gung-ho last weekend. Went to put the transmission on the motor. Come to find out, the flex plate doesn't even mount the correct bolt holes for the flex plate. Doesn't even line up with the torque converter. So I did some research. Good old Facebook is good for one thing. got on a bunch of Chevrolet, Pontiac, Camaro, you name it, Facebook pages, and yeah, got confirmed that that's for a turbo 400.